Hey everyone, Austin here again with another Let's Play video. Today, as you can see, we're back again with some more Pinball Arcade on the Xbox One. Pinball Arcade is a digital video game that you can get on a variety of platforms, not just Xbox One. You can get it on PS4, 360, PC, PS3, Android, iOS, etc., etc. We're going to be playing Ripley's Believe It or Not today, and this is a machine that I actually used to own. I used to own a physical Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's actually one of my favorite pinball machines that I have owned. I've owned about 12 to 14 different machines over the last 3 years, and Ripley's is up there with being probably my second or third favorite of all the games I've had. Actually, probably my second favorite. It's a really fantastic game. Unfortunately, I have not played the Pinball Arcade version in quite some time, so this video might be a little hit or miss. I might do pretty badly, or I might just blow the game up and play for like an hour. Hopefully I don't play for an hour, because that'll take literally like a week to export. But Ripley's is made by, it was designed by Pat Lawler, who is, he's known for stuff like Twilight Zone, Funhouse, the Addams Family, and stuff like that. As far as more recent Stern years, he's known for like Monopoly, Ripley's, NASCAR, and CSI. I believe he had a hand in that. But Pat Lawler just designs these really control-oriented games that he has a lot of players' games, basically. Games with like deep rule sets, lots of stuff to do on them, and Ripley's from 2004 is no exception. So in Ripley's, you've got a skill shot on the beginning. It's a little hard to see right now because of how the Pinball Arcade, you know, manages its plunger camera. What I like to do is actually short plunge. So let's see if we can do that to get the ball straight to the flipper without touching a switch. I don't remember if that's actually possible in this version, but let's see. Let's practice. Nope, got the skill shot instead, but I'll take the skill shot. It's 1,000,000 points. And apparently it's an achievement goal too. So Ripley's has 2 scoops in the game. It's got the left scoop, which I just plunged into for the skill shot. That's sort of like a mystery scoop. Sometimes it'll start a mode if a mode's lit. Other times it'll, you know, lock a ball for you automatically, or a light lock. Sometimes it might collect a gem or something like that, or start some other fancy mode that doesn't make a big difference in terms of scoring. The right scoop, it's actually a very target scoop. It's this target that kind of, it's hard to explain, but you have to hit it hard enough for it to open all the way and to allow the ball in. That's where you start your continent modes, and the first continent that's lit is, I believe it's Antarctica by default, and it's 3 of the continent modes are multi-balls, and the first one that's lit is a multi-ball mode. So we're going to go ahead and just start that, if I can backhand it. And I was not able to backhand it, but I should be able to bounce pass over. Yeah, just like that. Bounce passing again, Pinball Arcade, very easy to do. So let's see if we can backhand it. Or not. And I just completely advanced the continent to one I don't want. So we're just not going to worry about starting it right now. What I kind of want to do... Actually, no. It's on Africa now, so Africa's good. So let's... Again, I haven't played the Pinball Arcade version of this in a long time, so... So the 3 continent mode multi-balls... Oh, the second one must be Antarctica. The first one's Africa. Sorry. Okay. Africa's actually the better one. But Antarctica, you know, not worth a ton of points, but yeah. So each continent mode has a certain amount of shots you want to hit to actually complete the continent mode. If you can complete the continent mode, you get what's called a Ripley's letter. You can't really see it right now, but there's this like checkerboard playfield or tic-tac-toe playfield in the middle of the playfield, and just above that, you'll see where it says RIPLEYS. That's Ripley's. So if you spell out Ripley's completely, you'll qualify the big wizard mode in the game, which is called Atlantis. So we'll see if we can get to Atlantis. I'm not making any bets or guarantees, but we'll see. So in your continent mode multi-balls, again, there's 3 of them. The core 2 shots are always the same. It's both ramps. So you need to hit both ramps, and then you need to hit a 3rd shot. And on Antarctica, your 3rd shot is the right orbit, or the right spinner. So I hit the 2 ramps, now I need to hit that right spinner.
Don't forget the penguin.
Unfortunately, the physics are a little wonky for me, so... And apparently I got the Atta Ball from that mystery scoop. And unfortunately, there's no way to stage flippers in this version of the game. Staging is where you release the flipper button just a tiny bit, and it'll drop the upper flipper while keeping the lower flippers engaged still. So Antarctica is actually really tough to finish on the Xbox One version of Ripley's Believe It or Not, because again, you can't stage your flippers. I was playing the PS3 version of this at a friend's house like a year or two ago, and I am pretty sure you could stage the flippers in that version, and it really, really helped me on certain modes in this game. So let's see if we can get the balls back under control. Maybe we get some ramp shots. Pinball Arcade makes some tables much easier than they are in real life. It makes other ones much harder than they are in real life. Ripley's is one of those ones that can be more difficult in the digital realm than it is in the physical realm. So our next mode is lit. Our next continent mode is lit. I'm going to go ahead and skip it for now. I think that is... I can't read it from here, but I'm pretty sure that's Europe. And Europe is the one where all your tombstones on the playfield are lit. Tombstones are these little white stand-up targets throughout the playfield. They're not worth many points when you hit them on their own, but it is a goal to hit a bunch of them when you have the Europe mode started. There's another core shot in the playfield. On the very far left portion, you'll see this like red glowing light above the left slingshot. That's your idle shot. And there's in the real machine, there's a magnet underneath that under the playfield there. So if you hit the idle shot, you interrupt this opto light beam, which will activate the magnet. You'll collect an idle, and the magnet will fling the ball in random directions. It's a really cool shot. If you hit that shot, you actually raise the jackpot value of your main multi-ball. So what we're going to try to do is actually start our main multi-ball first. And to do that, you have to hit the shrunken head, which is up there next to that left center ramp. So let's see if we can hit that. And again, it's been a while since I've played this, so my aim is going to be off like crazy. Alright, no good. But let's go ahead and hit that center ramp. Because when that center ramp is lit, it feeds the right two lanes in that upper playfield. And if you can feed the right two lanes, it's a guaranteed pass over to your right flipper. And you collect some gems, and you can start, say, 2 times playfield, which I have. So again, my goal is to try to get my locks going, pending if I can actually hit the shot.
Idle is noisy.
I believe you can post-transfer in this game, so yeah, just post-transferred. There we go. Got our first one. The first award is the Bigfoot Award when you hit the head.
9 points everywhere.
And if you hit it again, I believe it gives you another award.
4.
Ugh. And of course, if you don't hit the shot, then it makes life really difficult.
1.
I'm getting some idols, though. I've got 8 idols, so my jackpot value is at 400,000 right now for my main multi-ball. You can get the jackpot value up to like 1 million, 1.2 million, something like that. I don't know if it goes higher than that. My second continent mode is lit, but since we hit some pop bumpers, it actually rotated back over to Africa. So since we're on another multi-ball for the continent mode, we're going to go ahead and just try to start that. And again, pending my crappy aim. This is why you practice before you do a Let's Play. I did a Let's Play on Attack from Mars earlier, and I was super confident with that immediately, which made me think that I would be able to just roll right into Ripley's without a problem. So don't mind me. But it also goes to show you just how different the physics are on some of these pinball arcade tables. Just going from table to table. It's like the flipper physics aren't consistent from machine to machine. And we actually somehow magically switched off Africa and went to Asia, which is not what I wanted. So Asia is the spinner mode. You need to hit the spinners. And of course, if I can't hit the spinners, then that's a problem. Alright, you got some spinners. So there's a spinner on the right orbit. There's also a spinner on the upper loop from the upper flipper. So Ripley's basically said time's running out.
10,
And when he says time's running out, usually you've got about 10 or 15 seconds left. He doesn't actually mean you're at like 0 seconds.
5,
Oh my god, my aim is terrible.
4,
Okay, so I actually completed Asia. That's good.
watch your head.
And on this mode, it's called Australia. And we need to hit the very target multiple times. Again, if I can get control. You need to hit it up to 4 times. Depending on how hard you hit the very target. If you hit it really hard, it counts as 2 hits. So that's 2 hits right there. So we got another Ripley's letter for finishing that mode. The mode will continue to play out. You know, every hit on that very target gives you points for that mode. So I'm going to go ahead and just let it time out. Actually, I'm going to try to get my next lock. If I can, well, sorry, if I can light locks, period, not get my next lock. I haven't gotten a single lock yet because when you light locks your main multi-ball, you light both locks at the same time. Spinners at max, not a very good award. The spinners... Ripley's is a game that's full of a lot of shots with really small points, but if you know where the big points are, you can get a big score really quickly. And we haven't even played our main multi-ball yet, so... And that's where you can get some really big points quickly. So, not a great ball one. I was flailing around most of the time. Not flailing. I was trying to get control, but I was missing most of my shots, which is bad. But we got 2 Ripley's letters, which is good. So that's good. Let's see if I can short plunge here again like I was trying to do. I mean, again, there's the skill shot, which I could go for, but I'm not really playing for points. I mean, my high score in this game is like over 300 million points, and that's a really long game. And I think I intentionally let my ball drain. Alright, there we go. Lock is lit. Alright, so I'm going to do, try to do a couple of things here. First off, my locks are lit on the right ramp, so let's try to get those... Oh, no!
Time to visit South America.
Alright, well, I messed up. I messed up pretty badly there. So, we started, South Africa. Where's the South America, sorry. South America is one of your continent modes. You have to hit the shrunken head a bunch of times. If you hit the right ramp, it'll actually shoot the ball up to the shrunken head. Unless you've got lock lit like that. So, I'm not going to go for the shrunken head, because I think it's just going to time out. So, I've got North America lit, which is another multi-ball mode.
Visit North America. Try a ramp.
So again, since we're in a continent mode multi-ball, again, your 2 core shots are lit. Your left and right ramps. And then after that, a very specific shot is lit to relight your jackpots. And so I need to hit that right ramp. Again, pending Farsight's freaking goofy-ass physics. Ugh. And we failed, but I'm not going to worry about it. Really all I care about on those multi-ball modes is getting Ripley's letters. So what I'm going to do is shoot that right ramp to get my second ball lock. And the right ramp actually will qualify your next continent mode.
Multi-ball is lit. Get me to party.
So what I want to do, since I've got multi-ball lit... Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Stupid game. If you've got that left scoop lit, and if you have multi-ball ready, a lot of times it'll start multi-ball, which is not what you want. You always want to try to stack a mode into multi-ball. So I just wasted that multi-ball. I wanted to start like Europe or something like that, and to try to pick off my shots in the continent mode to get another Ripley's letter. I would like to get to Atlantis if I can. But at this rate, it's probably not going to happen. Because it just means that there's just going to be extra work for me to do. I'm going to have to go through my continent modes another time. Potentially a third time. It's just, yeah, if you don't get your modes, your Ripley's letters collected through your modes. Oh, got the super jackpot. Good. If you don't get your Ripley's letters collected through multi-ball, it's going to be really hard to collect them. Okay, so in your main multi-ball, you've got 3 shots lit. You've got your upper loop spinner, and then you got your 2 ramps. Once you hit those, the super jackpot lights in this really tight upper shot. If anybody that's familiar with the Tron pinball machine, it's basically in the same shot as Gem is on Tron Legacy. And I got another super jackpot. It seems like it's set right now where you can just hit the 2 ramps, and then that'll also light the super jackpot. You don't need to hit all 3 shots, which means I don't have to hit the upper loop to light my super jackpot. It looks like we got an extra ball lit. I need to hit that center ramp. Got it. And when you've got the super jackpot lit, which we just got it, if you hit the right orbit spinner, a post comes up and diverts the ball, so you have a nice, you take a pot shot at the super jackpot. So that's something that's really important to keep in mind if you're trying to get super jackpots in this game. So as you can see, my score almost doubled there because I got a bunch of jackpots. The jackpot value was at a decent level because I had hit so many idols from flailing. So let's go ahead and try to get my next set of locks lit if it's possible. And that was a really weird bounce. It went up from the idol into the pop bumpers. There is a little hole there from the idol to the pops, but realistically on a real machine the ball doesn't really go up there from the idol shot. It would have triggered the opto on a real machine, pretty much guaranteed 100%. Which would have sent the ball coming back down the playfield. Okay, so I got my first Shrunken Head award. Since I've already played my first multi-ball, now every time I want to light the next Shrunken Head award, which again progresses me towards my multi-ball locks, I have to shoot the center ramp. So we just shot the center ramp. We're going to get to collect some gems. Let the ball bounce back over. And then collect our second Shrunken Head award if possible. Again, pending my aim. Looks like my aim's getting a little more consistent. And that's what happens when, you practice a little bit. But again, when I do these Let's Plays, ideally I should practice. But again, I was feeling relatively confident having played Attack from Mars. I know I didn't do that great on Attack from Mars. But I was able to control the ball pretty well when I wasn't getting kind of crap drains. Nice, got our next award. So the next one should be Light Lock. And I got the Penguin Jackpot. So when you hit upper loops, you qualify the Penguin Jackpot. And this doesn't happen that often over the course of the game. But it does happen. And the Penguin Jackpot is basically the upper loop, and it's worth 1,000,000 points. So let's see if we can post-transfer over. Oh, I can just... You can backhand the right ramp really easy. So if you want to get the ball over to... Award Ripley's letter. That's a great award. Thank you. Thank you, Bozo. So if you hit, is it the right ramp? If you hit the right ramp a certain amount of times, it'll award Bozo letters. And Bozo, the dog, is this like, I think the joke with the dog is like it's like this telepathic dog or sightseeing dog or something like that. And so in this game, the gimmick is the dog predicts what the next mystery award is on the left scoop. So the next award was Award Ripley's letter. So it's actually good that I got that, because that's another Ripley's letter. I just need 4 more Ripley's letters now. But again, ideally I want to get my next multi-ball prepped. Or not. Just overshoot. Man, I'm having a really hard time with that shot. I felt like I had it down, but I keep going in either too early or too late. It's a tight shot on the real machine, don't get me wrong, but let's just say I can make it far more consistently on a real Ripley's than I can on a fake Ripley's. Alright, so we're going to shoot that center ramp, which should light our locks. Doing some moves here that you just wouldn't be able to do on a real machine. So I'm going to go ahead and collect my first... Or, never mind, I'm going to start multi-ball. I'm going to start my last of the Continent mode multi-balls. And this is good, because we're actually progressing towards our Continent Jackpot, and I'll explain that once we get there. That's a very, very good award. So we're in Africa. What I want to do is just hit my 2 ramps. So that's 1. So in your first round of Continent modes, you've got a lot of ball save on these Continent mode multi-balls. So now I need to hit the idol, which on the Pinball Arcade is easier said than done. And that should be our Ripley's letter. Oh, I need 1 more, so I need to hit the idol. Okay.
Jackpot.
And that's it. Got the Ripley's letter. So what I'm going to do is actually just drain, because I just wanted the Ripley's letter. I don't really need to show you how far you can take the multi-ball. The Continent mode multi-balls are very basic. It's just 3 shots over and over, and the jackpot rises. Basically, the values rise. You can get, if you're playing for points, you can get good points from them, but my goal is not really a high score. My goal is to get to Atlantis, hopefully. So the question is, did I get both locks? I am confused. That's a lock. It's weird because my right ramp wasn't lit. That's why I was confused. So I guess, yeah, my next lock is lit. Oops. Not what I wanted. But let's see if we can get control of the ball. At least get our second lock.
Weird gravestones, my favorite.
Jeez, man.
Guard your collection.
Oh, rip-off is lit. I'll take that. So rip-off, you start this. It's a multi-ball mode. You start on the right ramp. And it's basically like a cheapened version of your main multi-ball. The great thing about it is it's another multi-ball I can use to try to progress towards my mode. So since I'm in Europe, my goal is to hit the tombstone stand-up targets. And that's really all I care about right now. I need 1 more tombstone for Ripley's letter. And I think I got it. And I got a super jackpot as well. There's another really tough goal to get to. To get, if you get all the super jackpots, you can start what's called Frog Frenzy, and it's a really funny mode. Maybe we might, at this rate, we might even get to it. But having Rip-Off The jackpots are really low in Rip-Off. However, you can light the super jackpots in Rip-Off. So if you're trying to get to, say, Frog Frenzy, Rip-Off is actually a good thing. I want to get my second lock. So we've got our main multi-ball lit. But really what I want is to hit that very target scoop now. Because what's going to happen there is I'm going to collect the Continent Jackpot. And then it's also going to light a Super Jackpot. So what the Continent Jackpot is, it takes the values of all the modes you played out and awards those points back to you again. And where the points really start to get big is if you either get 2 times playfield beforehand, before collecting the Continent Jackpot. Damn, I got the Super Jackpot. We only need 2 more Super Jackpots actually to start Frog Frenzy. Yeah, so we collected 5? Or did we collect 6? Yeah, we collected 5 Super Jackpots. So now we can go back through our continent modes again, try to get more Ripley's letters, which I'm going to do. If we get to Atlantis, I'm going to just stop the game. I'm going to stop the Let's Play, because there's no point in me playing any further, because it's just going to be doing the same thing over and over. But again, your second time through the continents, the multi-ball ball save on the continent modes is pretty much non-existent. So if you want to get Ripley's letters from your multi-ball modes, you want to do it your first time through your continents. So I'm going to play it safe and try to post-transfer, because I like backhanding that right ramp. It's a lot easier for me. And I want to start my second continent mode.
It's time to visit Antarctica. Too cold for me. Jackpot. Ho, 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 ho. Jackpot. A little too slippery for me.
So again, we're back in Antarctica, and Antarctica is a little tricky. Because you can't stage your upper flipper. So, you know, you're like, I need to hit that right orbit, but I can't lower my upper right flipper. One of the most rewarding things to do on a Ripley's Believe It or Not machine is to stage your flippers. And pretty much any game that has upper flippers, it's super satisfying to be able to just, like, lower your upper flipper while keeping your lower flippers engaged. It's a more advanced pinball flipper skill, and it's quite important for just really consistent high-level play. All right, so we got looks like Europe's lit again.
It's time to visit Europe.
So let's see if I can get control here and start my main multi-ball. I'm gonna take it safe. See if we can post-transfer. And then start the multi-ball. Got it. Alright, so my first goal is not jackpots, but it's the tombstone targets, because we're only 2 Ripley's letters away from getting to Atlantis. Every time you hear the thunder, you know you've hit a tombstone target. So I need 2 more for the Ripley's letter. 1 more. And I think... Okay, we definitely got all of them now.
I'm scared.
Alright, so now what I want to do is, since I've got my Ripley's letter, I want to get that super jackpot now. And I can't do it. That's okay. We just need 1 more Ripley's letter.
Another letter in my name. How nice.
And I would like to show you a second Continent Jackpot so you can see how much... You know, you can see how the value just kind of snowballs over and over. This is 2 jackpots.
Guess I'm gonna
All jackpots double. Not a bad award. Alright, so in North America, your last shot is the Shrunken Head. If I can hit it. And that's that. So let's hit our right ramp. Actually, one thing I want to do, I just want to hit the scoop a bunch of times to spell rip-off. You know, we can basically get that free multi-ball without getting multi-ball the regular way. Kind of just to get our, basically just to get our last couple of super jackpots. So, I don't think the last Ripley setter is going to be a problem because we have a couple of easy modes. We've got Asia, we've got Australia. Those are really easy modes to finish, even in single ball play. But a super jackpot you can't really get in single ball play unless it lights on the mystery award or something like that. And that's just too hard to predict because that's a bozo award, basically.
Give me another F.
Alright, so rip-off is lit. We can hit that right ramp to start rip-off multi-ball, which again, it's called rip-off for a reason, and you can look at it as a quote-unquote cheap version of your main multi-ball. The jackpots are really small, but you can get your super jackpots, which again will get us to Frog Frenzy. So maybe what I should do is actually try to backhand the right ramp. Alright, so now you need to hit my jackpots. If I can get control. Super jackpot's actually lit right now. Oh, come on. Of course we get a drain. Yeah, and if you get super jackpot lit in your main multi-ball, it does not stay lit when you come out of multi-ball, unfortunately. So, I guess one other way we can get our next super jackpot, aside from trying to play the regular multi-ball, is to get our next Continent Jackpot, which that always lights the super jackpot afterwards. So again, we're back in Asia, which means we have to hit our spinners. Which, like I said, is easier said than done.
I bet that hurts, and I don't even have feet.
Award bonus. Not a very good award because I don't really have any bonus X. I haven't gotten the ball into the pop bumper area up top. There's actually two sets of pop bumpers on this game. There's the set in the lower part of the playfield, but then there's the set on the upper part of the playfield.
You can do it.
Alright, got it. We got our last Ripley's letter. So, Atlantis is actually lit now on the very target. So, what I'm going to do is start Atlantis. And Atlantis is the big wizard mode.
You did it. I don't believe my eyes. An eighth continent. I've searched all my life.
Amazing.
Something that's never been seen before.
It's never been seen before. I love the callouts in this game. It's very humorous, very lighthearted. That's what I really like about a lot of Pat Lawler's games in particular is they have that lighthearted feel to them. So in Atlantis, pretty much everything's lit. And if you hit the upper playfield, you can get your various tic-tac-toe awards, which I haven't really explained yet. If you collect gems in certain orders, you'll light things like extra ball, road trip, 2 times playfield, etc., etc. So one of the main goals in Atlantis is to hit your jackpot shots and basically collect a super jackpot. So basically, it's one of those modes you can basically just shoot anything that's lit, and you'll eventually get really good points.
Oh no! Congratulations, man.
Unlimited millions at your disposal.
No, so we got million plus. That's actually not a bad award at all.
How nice.
On the tic-tac-toe playfields. Million plus is the upper loop spinner is lit. It goes 1 million, 2 million, and 3 million, then caps out at 3 million for a little bit, and then it times out. So if you can go 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, you can get like 10 million points from it. It's pretty cool little award. So let's go ahead and try to get our next Continent Jackpot, and then I'll pretty much just wrap the game up. Actually, I would like to get Frog Frenzy as well, since we're really close to doing that.
An incredible weapon.
That's million plus, 2 million.
Double points. Careful.
2 more to go.
Got a Ripley's letter.
Shot. Way to go.
3 million.
And since we got 3 million, the million plus is going to time out.
Good show.
Might as well get some double boomerang hits while we're here, because that's just points that's going to be added to our Continent Jackpot.
I don't believe it.
Give me an eye.
I'd travel the world to find one of them.
We just got a penguin jackpot. Might as well try to start Rip-Off again. Maybe get another super jackpot from that as well. I mean, it seems like I'm having an easy time hitting that very target now.
It's time to visit South America.
And we're not going to worry about South America.
Shrunken
If I hadn't gotten to Atlantis, I would probably worry about it. But since we've already gotten to the big wizard mode, I don't really care. I just want to get another 2 more super jackpots and then collect my last Continent Jackpot. Oh, and it looks like you can't progress towards Rip-Off when you're in a mode like this. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Oh, that's a bummer. Continent Jackpot's lit. I was going to say one thing I could try to do is get 2 times playfield, but that's probably not going to happen. We've got a bunch of balls to play, though. We might as well try. So what I think I have to do is shoot the right ramp, which lights my jewel for the middle ramp. Whoops. Alright, that's good. We just need C1, and then that'll start 2 times playfield. And then with 2 times playfield, we can collect our Continent Jackpot, and our Continent Jackpot will be at double value. on top of the extra points we already got. So that's great. Begin 2 times scoring. Let's just bounce the ball over. And see if we can backhand that very target. Bam! Now watch these points.
Super jackpot is lit.
36 million, because it was not just the extra points from playing the modes a second time, but having 2 times playfield running as well. And my 1 million super jackpot was worth double as well. And we just got the special. So we need 1 more super jackpot to get Frog Frenzy. And we're back in North America.
This party don't last long. Just sagging around, man. 9.
And I've still got 2 times playfield going, so these shots in America are actually worth a lot of points. And the value of the shots in North America is actually based on the Bigfoot value, which is built by hitting the pop bumpers. And because I've had an insanely long ball, my Bigfoot value is really large right now.
Excellent.
And it looks like 2 times playfield is over with. But this is actually, if you can get the Bigfoot value up really high like this is actually a really lucrative mode. One of the most lucrative modes in the game, actually. But it's very, very difficult to get the Bigfoot value up this high. Alright, so we need yet 1 more super jackpot.
Letter in my name.
Let's see if we can try to get Rip-Off going. So we need 2 more very target hits. You can see how quickly our score is increased. Simply because of that 1 Continent Jackpot, which was like 36 million points. But then we got a couple of, you know, Bigfoot shots as well. They were worth like 2.5 million each as well. So, and we got a doubled super jackpot. Alright, so Rip-Off is lit now on the right ramp. So I need both ramps.
Get the jackpot.
Alright. And I did it!
Don't believe it.
Now you done it.
So now we're in Frog Frenzy. It's really funny. It's just like a fast scoring mode. All switches are worth a small amount of points. Lots of jackpots are lit. But it does a fake out. Like all the flippers drop dead and makes it look like the game reset. And it goes, ah, just kidding. So, and this is extremely difficult to get to on the real machine. I've only gotten to it once on the machine I had, and I owned my machine for about 6 months. That super jackpot shot was just so hard to hit on the real thing. Whereas in the Pinball Arcade, it's just very easy to hit. And I'm really just flailing. I'm making all these shots. Apparently you can get super jackpots in Frog Frenzy. I got 10 million points from it actually, which is actually pretty impressive. I think the last time I got to it, I only got a couple of million points. And that's it. So it looks like when Frog Frenzy's done, if you still got balls in play, it just it puts you back into a multi-ball, which is pretty awesome. Oh, it put me right back in the rip-off because... Ah, I see. That's clever. That's good. That's good coding right there. It knew I was still in rip-off and basically put me back in the rip-off since I had multiple balls in play.
Jackpot! Oh! Super jackpot is lit!
Alright guys, well that's almost everything there is to do on Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's a really awesome game. And for some reason it thinks I'm still in multi-ball even though I only have one ball in play. Well, you know what? Screw it.
Do it again.
It's just 2 Mortal Light Super. Might as well just collect as many supers as I can. It'd be funny if I can get the Frog Frenzy again just by playing it like this. Alright, so right orbit. And I missed, of course. So as you can see, the very target feeds the upper flipper. Oh, I thought it said the super jackpot was lit. That's weird. It did say it was lit, but it wasn't lit. That's odd. Alright, there's the super. See how many more times we can do this.
5 million!
Do it again.
Super jackpot is lit!
Oh, that's our first drain like that. Pretty much all game. And it thinks I have a stuck ball somewhere.
Watch out!
Which is pretty funny, actually. Go Pinball Arcade. This is not the first time this has happened on Pinball Arcade. Especially the Ripley's table. Oh, what a way to end the game, guys. What a way to end. One ball missing. Wow. Pinball Arcade. Ugh. You're a piece of work. A piece of freaking work. Alright guys, well that concludes the Let's Play. We pretty much did everything there is to do in Ripley's Believe It or Not. We got the Frog Frenzy, we got to Atlantis, we got multiple Continent Jackpots. You guys saw Rip-Off, you guys saw some Bozo Awards, the Idol, the Million Plus, just a lot of stuff. You actually didn't see Road Trip, surprisingly. I'm surprised we did not get Road Trip. But the reason we didn't get Road Trip is because when you get to the upper playfield, the ball has a tendency of rolling over into the C lane. And to get Road Trip, you need to complete the B lane straight down. Road Trip is kind of fun. But, yeah, pretty much everything else we've done. You know, we got most of the awards. Yeah, I got to show off a lot of stuff. Ripley's is a fantastic game if you play it in real life. I don't like it as much on Pinball Arcade because you can just keep the game going forever. Like, getting to Atlantis is really hard on a real machine. It's like really tough. You really have to stack your modes with multi-balls. Especially if you've got the game set in competition mode. It's a little bit harder to get some of the Ripley's letters. And basically you don't have any freebies or handouts if you put it in competition mode. Like I did. I got a couple of like free Ripley's letters. I got you know, some stuff like that. So, but yeah, if you have any questions about the game or any comments or anything like that, feel free to post them below. Feel free to check out some of my other Pinball Arcade Let's Plays on this channel. And also check the description box for my link to my actual real pinball channel on YouTube, where I actually do gameplay videos of real physical pinball machines. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. To everybody else watching, thanks as usual. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something new. Feel free to check out Ripley's. It's in the starter pack for Pinball Arcade. It was one of the earliest Pinball Arcade tables. And it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. So, check it out. But alright guys, take it easy. I will see you in the next video.